Hi, it's Jack here, and today we're going to paint 5 different types of undead in 5 minutes. Wish me luck. And ready, steady, go! Right, okay, so let's start with the metal bits, because if I get the metal bit on now, then hopefully we'll have time to do something fancy with it at the end. So, the models I'm using here, it's a load of cheap Hero Quest stuff that I've had cuttering up my plastic tap pile for a while. Right, so that's the scythe done in 19 seconds, the metal on that. Come on, I need to up the pace a bit, come on. Right, so, the other metal bit is this bill hook on the zombie. Come on, get in there. So there you go, I'm using lead belcher in case literally anyone cares. Right, so there you go, and the other metal bits are the helmet on the, let's call him a lich. He's buddying around with a load of undead, so I'm going to call him a lich. Right, I think he's got another name in Hero Quest, like the Dark Lord Melkor or something. But anyway, I'm calling him a lich because, for functional purposes, that's what he is. Okay, right, that's the metal bits on him. Done. The bit at the top is going to be gold, by the way. Right, next up, Skeleton Hoard. Skeleton Hoard. Skeleton Hoard. Right, so Skeleton Hoard is a fantastic, as we used in the last video on the barricades, it's a superb contrast paint. Yeah, if you're starting to get contrast paints, I'd heartily recommend Skeleton Hoard as being the first one you pick up. It's a toss-up between this one and Bleached Bone. Bleached Bone, so I've got skeletons on the brain. Snakebite Leather, there you go, Snakebite Leather. So, absolutely wonderful. If you're old enough like me to remember the original Snakebite Leather, which came in those wonderful pots that you always had to use your teeth to open. That was such a gorgeous shade of brown. Just this wonderful chocolatey brown colour. There you go. Right, so skeleton main bit done. Right, so while I've got that in my hand, I'm also going to use Skeleton Hoard on the mummy. So for the bandages. So again, Skeleton Hoard is such a versatile paint. It's really good for kind of aged bandages and papers and purity seals as well. Yeah, for Space Marines. It's a great paint for that. So again, I would heartily recommend you pick up a tub next time you're in your local hobby shop. Okay, right. Okay, so that's the bandages on the mummy done. Right, one last bit of Skeleton Hoard is going to be the face on this guy. I should use a smaller brush, but there's just no time, damn it. Okay, there you go. Right, so I'm going to splodge that on there. Right, there we go. Skull on the lich, done. Okay, quick wash of the brush. Right, now we've got this ghost here. He's the chain rasp hex thingamajig from the starter set for Mortal Realms. Right, now what I've got here is warpstone, warp lightning, and then I'm going to water that down heavily. Now, heavily watered down warp lightning over grey sear undercoat. Yeah, I undercoated it beforehand. Right, that gives a really, really good ghostly green effect. I'm just going to put a little bit more water on there. Because we're not looking for a heavy green, like we would be if we were painting warpstone. What we're looking for here is just a very, very kind of watery, transparent green. Stop hitting the camera with your brush, Jack. It's going to make awful sound effects. Right, how are we doing for time? Let's have a quick check of the stop clock. We're doing... come on. God, that's... shit, we've only got 2 and a bit minutes left. Okay, right, we need to get a wiggle on. Okay, right, so, next up, we're going to do this. So, we're going to do the... Okay, Abaddon Black. There you go, quick. No time to be too neat. Abaddon Black, there we go. There we go, right. So we're going to do black for this loincloth coat thingamajig, and I'm just going to slap that on there, because that won't matter too much, because in a moment what I'm going to use is Darko Flesh. So Darko Flesh on the Lich Necromancer. So the reason why I've spilled a load of black on that, and that won't actually matter in a moment. So we're going to tidy that up in just a second. So Darko Flesh is going to get in there, and it's going to get in the recesses there. Now Darko Flesh you need to use quite a lot of, so you need to go over it twice really. Okay, and the other one who's getting a coat of Darko flesh is the zombie here. Yep, and that's my stopwatch telling me that my ambition of doing this all in 5 minutes has failed miserably, but I'm still going to finish off just so I can show you how quickly it can be done. Right. So contrast paints are really, really good at getting into all those little recesses there. Whoops. Don't throw it in the pot though, that's a little bit too overly enthusiastic. And hopefully you can see just how all the details have been picked out really nicely in that zombie model there. Right, so we've missed our 5 undead in 5 minutes target. But overall, you know, it hasn't been a bad 5 minutes. You know, but I'm going to go over these now with a little bit more time. So, 5 different types of undead. A quick guide. It's not going to be 5 different types of undead in 5 minutes. So, I'm just going to give a little bit more watery warp lightning to this guy here. There you go. So, bam, instant ghost. And then the other person who's going to get a little bit of warp lightning is the zombie, but undiluted warp lightning. Use a slightly smaller brush for this one. It's a shame, I was really hoping I could get that done in 5 minutes. Probably should have done a trial one, but didn't have the spare models to do so. So I'm going to give him a green vest. So the zombie's actually the fiddliest model out of it, because the zombie wears clothes. There you go. So you can see contrast paint is really great with clothing, because it picks out all the details quite nicely. Like the stitching on the back here. Yeah. Right, so that is the zombie's shirt. I'm calling that done. Next, the other thing as well, I'm going to use some warp lightning here, just on the shoulder of the mummy. You can see whoever bandaged this mummy did an absolutely appalling half-assed job, because they've got things like, you know, toes exposed here and bits and bobs, and, you know, bits of their face exposed. You know, no wonder the mummy looks grumpy. I mean, I would be. If they ever how much to be entombed for all eternity, and they do a slapdash job like this. You know, maybe they're doing some sort of speed mummification challenge. Right, so there we go. So that is the mummy. I'm calling that done, along with the ghosty. Right, now the skeleton. I'm going to show you how to use another one here. So we're going to use a bit of Ultramarines Blue, except it's not Ultramarines Blue. This is actually Snakebite Leather, which is my other favourite contrast paint. It's in a constant battle with Skeleton Hoard about which one I love most. So, there we go. And you can see that it also makes a really, really nice wood effect. I don't know how they've done the pigmentation of Snakebite Leather, you know, how they've actually done it is something that maybe a paint scientist would be more interested in. But I'm just interested in the effect, because it doesn't give a matte plain finish, you know, it's actually got a bit of variance in texture, so it looks and behaves like, you know, leather, but also like wood. So that's that guy done. Let's see, next we're going to crack open a rather stylish purple colour, because it is actually called Stylish Purple. See, where are you, Stylish Purple? Oh dear, it's buggered off somewhere. One moment. Right, we're back, and I have here Stylish Purple. It even says Stylish Purple on the bottle. They've misspelled stylish, but hey, who am I to disagree with them? I'm dyslexic as well. And then something else as well that you'll find really useful is a quick and dirty way to do stone. Because we've got the gravestone on the ghost over here. Is just grey cere as a base, and then just strong tone, a shitload of strong tone. Just chuck that on there, and it will go into the recesses of the stone and leave the main bit blank. If you've gone too much, like I have there, just wipe it off with the brush. There we go. Right, so got the undead all here. I'm going to stick some basing stuff on them, So you can see a nice, quick and easy way to base your models. Don't worry, I'm not going to make you sit through me doing all of them. But there you go. So Sterland Mud. So Sterland Mud is, I love this stuff. It's the best texture paint Games Workshop do. And it's big, it's gloopy, and it's easy as hell to use. So we'll do the skeletons. I think the skeletons turned out the best out of these guys. Okay, now with that, the nice thing about using mud instead of grass is if it goes on the feet, it doesn't matter. He's just got muddy feet. There we go. So with this stuff, layer it on thick. If you layer it on gently, then it just looks like brown paint. But you can see there, it's got little tiny micro beads in, which give it that bumpy surface. Yeah, I'm just going to do the mummy as well, because I kind of feel like the mummy deserves some. I just really like this mummy model. I just think it's really cool. There you go. Right, so again, nice big dollop of mud here. And you might think, Jesus, that's a lot of paint, and it is. So you do get through this quite a lot if you're basing up an entire army. I think I got through about 2 pots. Actually, I think I managed to do it in about 1.5 pots when I was doing my Nile Lords. Right, there you go. So you've got now a nice, really horrible, bumpy sort of mud. Right, so we didn't achieve our ambition of doing it in 5 minutes, but I hope you'll agree that it's not a bad show. We knocked together today 5 different types of undead, and the whole point was to do it in 5 minutes, but yeah, that didn't work. But, not a bad effort though. Right, so next time we're going to be doing some more painting, and I think I'm going to try and show you how to do House Goliath. So I think that'd be good fun. Right, take care, all the best. Oh, and if you got a chance, do like, favourite, and whatever. Any comments, I'd love to hear from you below. Take care, all the best. Bye.